Boom! Hello and welcome to the Executive Protection Lifestyle Podcast Season 5. Never forget that to the best of us, protection's more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. Enjoy.
What a beautiful day it is today.
Dude, this has been amazing.
It's been amazing, but you know what's even more amazing? That we got Jim Wenzel in the house right now.
The Jim Wenzel in the house right now.
Do you know when I first met him? I first met you, I think it was 2 years ago, in Miami for your symposium.
It had to have been.
Yep.
And I just
100%.
thought you were such a genuine, nice guy at that time frame.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah.
And we've maintained a relationship over
Yes.
the years. And what's very exciting today, Byron, is that Jim has launched a brand new business.
Yep. Pretty much.
And I'm not gonna try and butcher it, okay?
Yo,
but it's
Constantine with these
Pro Cipher.
Pro Cipher, baby.
Pro Cipher, right?
You
Where
got
you,
it.
where are you based out of, Jim?
So I'm in Florida, but for our profiling business, we are based out of the UK.
Okay.
So we're in the United Kingdom. So I have partners in the United Kingdom, and we got some partners here in our team in the U.S. So we do a lot of different work here in country, and we also do a lot of work abroad. We have clients in Singapore, Australia, Germany, all pretty much all over the world, more or less, with different things that we provide.
Okay, how did you come up with that name, first of all? And what is the meaning of it?
Oh man, so that was like a collaborative effort, right? So everyone looks at deciphering, right? Because we're like deciphering body language and people and profiling and dissecting.
24/7.
But here we are, right? So with that part of it, we are on a humanistic, defensive side of it, right? Being proactive. So rather than go with like decipher, decoding, we're pro-ciphering, right? So we're going to be on it on the proactive side.
That's good.
When it comes
I like
to
that.
profiling and behaviors and corporate counterintelligence and helping people defend and keep their treasures and jewels intact is what we like to call it.
Love it.
That is really good. So what is exactly Pro Cipher?
Yeah, man.
So we are a group of guys. We have guys with various backgrounds. So one of our team guys helped us develop the course for EP Access, the Defense Against Manipulation course. He's a former CIA caseworker. So what he did is he was a guy that went out there in different countries and continents, for the government, spotting, assessing, detecting people, and recruiting them to do particular tasks per se. So he's really good on the human behavior side. And then our other guys have worked in the UK with the equivalent to the FBI. We're doing white-collar investigations and assets and doing organized crime work. So we do a lot with people we have to understand to get information. So we've taken all of our skills and experience, my experience as a negotiator and investigator over years, and compiled it all together and said, okay, how can we make this work in our industries and various industries? So while we were pre-launch, just to get it started, we got contacted by a major pharmaceutical firm that said, hey, we're having an issue. We have our scientists, they're going to conferences like this, and they're being targeted for their IP information. And they don't know how to do it. And companies lose millions of dollars a year, right, to ransom tech, but the human side, everybody neglects. And human side's a part of everything. So just in that, we landed a client and a few more big pharmaceuticals, and it just kind of has taken off. And now, in the EP industry, where I do a lot of EP close protection work, one thing I see is we got all these great schools, all this great programming, but no one is looking at who's got access to a client high net worth values principal information, right? The EP guys. Who knows the itinerary? Who's got the resident addresses? Who's the assistant team lead working with? Secretaries that have information. So if someone is looking to infiltrate somebody or maybe embarrass your client or just get into the information they have, they can infiltrate via an EP team. They can, valet. So we started looking at how we can incorporate this, which is why we partnered with Christian on it and said, okay, let's look at this and how we can help the guys that are operating, the companies that are running these operators. And then we also compile where we do behavior vetting. Some of the things we talked about yesterday at the forum, you guys were talking about, Byron, of like, hey, we're looking at a resume. This guy's got a great resume. He's got this background, that background, which may be great on paper, but personality-wise, we don't know.
Yeah,
Well, we do the behavioral vetting part of that, right? So we'll come through, we'll get guys, and we'll do a whole behavior analysis and pattern analysis for that, put in there. So now you can take that resume and those behavior profiles, and now you can go, okay, is this guy a good fit for my detail, my company, my organization?
So
things
you
like
are
that.
able to get some insight into someone's personality based on
Correct.
their open source information. that they
Correct.
have
So we
out
can use open source information. I was just telling Constantine here earlier, right? Just last year, I had a friend of mine reach out to me, and he's like, hey, never been to IPSB. There's a couple of speakers that I like.
Yeah.
And I want to make the best way to connect. So one of the other things we do too is we teach an effective conversations course.
Yeah.
And everything is, you've done through psychology,
Yeah.
Maslow's needs, everything
Yeah.
works off needs, safety, security. So meet people where they're at, what need they're at.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure, let me look into that for you. So just based off something as simple as a LinkedIn profile, looking at, and mainly what I look at just for me, for some little things, as a tidbit for people who maybe listen, might be interested in some of the stuff we do.
Yeah.
I look at people that write recommendations. So if I'm looking at your profile and you write a recommendation to somebody, most people project on the recommendations, the words they use, how they go. So that gives me key insights on your character, what's going to trigger you, what's going to get you interested. If you're like terms like motivated or you're big on honor, those are key things you can interject with. And I was able to just
understand that person's psychology.
Correct. Their lexicon of language, how you can adapt, how you communicate, how you can get their attention real quick. And now real quick, I have this couple of seconds to make an instant impact with you and gain rapport.
Yeah.
And now be like, hey, you'd be a great person to work with, right?
And that's big here. You get seconds.
That's it,
I mean,
right?
and in our world, you get seconds. That client asks you that question. There's that gap. You got like 3 seconds, and then shots are beaten. And they're back to it.
Yeah. So just off one LinkedIn profile, off that, I wrote an 8-page profile for my guy.
Oh.
And while the gentleman was speaking, he was flipping through. he was going through the profile.
Yeah.
And as he's going through the profile speaking, he was like, huh. He's like, damn.
Yeah.
I could get off your LinkedIn profile. I can get close to about an 88-89% accuracy of
These guys
of
creep
who you
me
are
out,
with
man.
behavior.
creep me out.
You know what's
Question.
crazy? Yeah, go. No.
Okay.
Go.
Question though. No, the digital guys creep me out, bro. So this is why I was nice to all of everybody at school. The nerds, the jocks, the ugly chicks that blossom late. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I was nice to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
But real talk though, man. Then can we take this technology and can we flip it onto a POI or a BOLO if we can get some open source intelligence on there? So if someone's maybe DMing my client and being weird and we find them on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever it is, can security companies hit you guys up and say, hey, dude, I got this stuff going on, and we can put this into our open source
so the
workout.
biggest thing we do, too, is we teach you as you're getting those emails, we can teach you just by looking at it how to be able to dissect things within the communication on that.
Yeah.
You know, we could pick up threats and different things, and if people are trying to manipulate, we can do those statement analysis and written analysis. That's part of what we did in law enforcement while we're doing things, because some of the tips and things we do, for one, is like if I'm working an investigation case back in the day, is I would get my police officer on scene, right, get a witness statement done.
Yeah.
Okay, he'd get that done. Well, they'd bring them to the police station, put them in an interview while they're waiting. I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Well, I would go in there. My first initial thing to him be like, hey, Joe, sorry, it takes a while to get paperwork from the field. Can you write me another witness statement real quick? That way I can get you out of here. And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So he'll write me another one. So now I got 2. So now we're looking at omissions of statements, things that have been changed, things have been augmented. Now off that, and then watching their nonverbals behavior, I've already now pretty much know where I need to go and what lane I need to take in order for them to open up, communicate. I know what they're missing, I know what they're lying about, and I can put pieces together a lot quicker.
So, Jim, who should reach out to you and why?
Yeah, man. Well, if they were listening, they better be listening. Yeah. Because there's a bunch of whys in there.
So the who is anything, right? The who is the new EP agent in the field that's out there that's, we a lot of this is all soft skills stuff too, right? So this is knowing if someone comes up to you. How can you pick up? How do you know if you've been spotted and someone's assessing you, right? Just by how they're trying to talk. We teach you how to defend against that. You might want your new EP guys out there to learn this because someone approaches them on the street, right? Because again, just off LinkedIn, not to sub off from there, I was able to pull up for this pharmaceutical company. One of the reasons we got the contract was off of LinkedIn, pulled up their LinkedIn, pulled up a couple links, found the websites, found where they were speaking, knew where their home office was, pulled out a couple coffee shops in the gym, and I said, now go talk to him, sorry. And he's like, yeah, he goes to that coffee shop there every day. And he goes, you know how easy it is for me to pop up in that coffee shop, look nice, your photos on LinkedIn, and just start a conversation with you. And it's just a random normal thing.
So you were at, you were at the forum yesterday, obviously, we were Byron's forum.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh, yeah,
he talked about he does not go on social media.
Doesn't do
it.
I
think I'm going to follow his footsteps right now.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, there's a lot of good things. Like even one of the vendors here next to you, Scope now, I use them a lot of my stuff, man, the photos. I can pull things off their information with some analytics that just add to some of the stuff we do. But everything from the guy in the field operating to the guys that own the security companies to the C-suites, the executives, really any industry, because we can help you with your pre-hire interviews, we can help you with exit interviews, we can help you with all that different stuff, anything related to human. We are on the whole thing. The human side is our side. And
so good.
And our motto with it is your people are your passwords, right? People focus a lot of time, money, energy on on cyber and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
cyber has a language.
Yep.
People have a language, right?
Yeah.
But very few do they have both in a company or have them talking together.
Yeah.
So what we'll take is we'll develop these programs, get them together, get them to speak the same language, because when you can get those working together and understanding, force multiplier, man, you can do a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of these companies, like, they're sending people to conference, no security, no EP, no protection, no training, no nothing.
Yep.
And then I don't know why we lost millions and millions of dollars because our IP got stolen. You know,
I love it.
That's it, man. What
Your
would be
people,
the
your passwords.
ProCipher Las Vegas tip of the day as a free nugget for everyone listening? What would you suggest to get your cyber environment in order? What would
Or your
be
human behavior.
Or your human behavior. Yeah, what would you say?
oh man, whew.
This is free, guys. Free right now. It's only
Free.
one.
One nugget.
One nugget.
Yeah, my one nugget to tell everyone is pay attention, right? The devil is in the details. Look at the people, look at how they're acting. You'll find some people, like even something like this, I wouldn't be surprised the time you have someone try to infiltrate something like this, right?
Yeah.
And it's someone that's going to look like you or me that's sitting at a table, maybe
Yeah.
he's sleeping on a bench or sitting in the hotel next to you.
Yeah.
A lot of guys sit here, like to have a lot of drinks, loose lips, sink ships.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure if I walked around the bar enough here and seen a lot of these guys
You
here,
would
I
learn
could pick
a
up
lot.
I could pick up a lot of information that
You
you
would.
probably don't want to
Yeah.
give up, right?
That's good, man.
You know, and the first thing people do is they name drop certain things, certain clients. Now, the best thing to do is I would try to, although you're trying to gain business for yourself, you can still do it by being in the shadows.
100%.
Whoa, I love that.
Honor.
Beautiful.
I love it, man. Dude, this has been good. We got to do like an actual long podcast.
Let's do it.
And dig into the game, man.
Let's do it because we can dig into
100%.
the psyche and everything of
Yeah,
it. You
man.
know,
Amazing.
Yeah. No, it's
Man.
too easy.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
there's
so
a lot
good.
of stuff we do, man, and it's just like I said, no one's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, no one's.
Yeah.
Everyone talks
It's a
soft
gap.
skills, but we go. The different, there's a different layer. You
That's
know,
right.
It's there's more beyond it, and if you can understand it and understand just the basics and meet people where that, I mean, you can get a lot of stuff done.
So
You can learn
good.
a lot. There's a lot of information out there.
Heck yeah.
Jim, thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, man,
You're
thanks
the
for
man,
having
bro.
me, man. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
brother.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Appreciate
That's
it.
it. Jim, everybody from ProCipher. Have a great day, guys.
Boom. Boom. If you've been enjoying the podcast, I want to encourage you to come and train with me. Train with us, the League of Executive Protection Specialists. We offer online courses so you can train and learn how to take your executive protection career to the next level from the comfort of your own home. We offer on-ground training on everything from the hard skills of driving, shooting, medical, and into the soft skills through the Executive Protection Immersion course, which is one of the most experiential, learning-centric courses in the executive protection industry. Either way, I want you to become part of the golden standard in the private security industry and join the brotherhood, the League of Executive Protection Specialists. Go to epspecialist.com and let's do our careers together. I'll see you there. Out.
Well,
This
welcome
is awesome.
everybody, and I mean, this is a great organic conversation. We
I
got
love it,
a
man.
really special guest today, Byron. Why don't you
Yes.
make the introductions here?
Oron of EP Wired. This guy's kind of like, he's just kind of, I mean, I feel like I remember when things were kind of starting and I was like, yeah, this is really cool what you guys are doing. And now your work is impacting our entire industry. It is. And he's a humble guy, you know, and I love that about him. But I think you're really having an impact and it's awesome, man.
So I think that definitely EP Wired was quite of a journey. I mean,
Yeah.
from the moment we started that, and I had no idea, and it was for me very stressing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
thinking about who am I
Right.
to write anything about, anyone
these
or
things.
doing, So it was, for me, it was very stressful at the start,
Yeah.
and then very, very fast, it was kind of explode in terms
Right.
of numbers and, people reaching out and people want to write down, and it was exciting more than
Yeah.
anything.
Or for those listening who don't know what EP Wired is, can you just give a little breakdown what that is?
Thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So EP Wired basically it's a magazine. It's an online magazine which is a home for everything executive protection related.
Right.
The entire idea, and this is something which has helped me a lot to keep the guardrails about the magazine. It's supposed to be a stage for everybody in the industry to talk about whatever they want.
Wow.
It's supposed to be a natural stage for whoever want to express his ideas, opinions, anything. All the topics are welcome. There is nothing which is not allowed. And what it creates a special dynamic.
That's good.
When somebody posting something, on our, on the magazine, and
Yeah.
somebody else posting something, and it's creating like a, kind of, this community
space,
vibe,
yeah.
and the space to kind of talk about whatever you want. And that's the idea. So we will never say, we need this topic or that thing or, whatever it's interesting for anybody. So this is one. And the second thing, when I started like moving from, doing EP in Israel, and we're very much doing that in Africa, Israel, and Middle East. First time when I came to the IPSB, I felt like that was my first sense is there is like a real community here. There's an industry out there, and there is. So I think that the magazine, for me, on the personal level, was another way to create this community feeling. I mean, I'm trying to, right? I don't know, but that's the idea.
And the industry needs that, man, because we're all out on our little islands. And then this is like the one time and place. We all come together, and I'm like, hey, I saw you here last year, But what I love about the magazine and what you said is it's a free space for everyone to have a conversation. And that's one of I think we were definitely aligned. We talked about that because that's what kind of the podcast has been for me. It's been a place where it's like, I really want to amplify people's messages. I want to have people that have different opinions on. Like, I want it to be a place that can really just wreck a lot of the kind of like stiff lack of connection that I experienced when I was just starting out in this industry. And, kind of that's what you've done, man. It's awesome.
What inspired you to do that? I'm just curious.
So I think one of the things that I liked is there is a huge difference in my experience from how the industry look like from a side viewer than what it actually is.
Right.
When you are scrapping the first layer of ego and everybody's like very tough and everything.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
People are very, very nice.
Yeah.
People are great.
Yeah.
For me, it was super hard 3 years ago in my first time to come to somebody and say hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like very intimidating. And now, it feels...
It's like home. It's like a tribe.
It feels a little bit, I'm a little bit more, more comfortable, and it's part of this thing which, I'm part of something. Mm-hmm. And suddenly, all of these people is talking about different stuff about our purpose, what we actually do. I think you're talking about, protection as, what does it mean to be a protector?
Right.
Suddenly,
100%.
all of that, together with this community, might make like a full idea coming out.
Yeah.
And the magazine is just one part of a much bigger picture, and we're trying to kind of give it a voice for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you guys this next year going into 2023? What's kind of the thrust, the vision? What are you moving towards, man? What are you feeling and thinking?
Big question.
Huge question.
Yeah, I think so. During 2022, that was the year. I mean, 2021, the first year that we kind of, it was all around, right? Mm-hmm. We were running after content. On 2022, it was more of a structured content that we wanted to publish, and we knew how to, choose the right stuff. I think that one of the biggest
optimized
exactly one of the biggest challenges, just to be very, very transparent, one of the challenges is that many people want to write in the magazine, but have a very straightforward kind of interest, right? You want to get
a self-serving
exactly
interest.
get the recognition, which by the way, I'm fully okay with that. That's good.
Yes.
You're talking a lot about your personal brand. It's important. We are the stage. Come do that. I'm fine with that.
It be done tastefully, and it's got to be done professionally, though, right?
That's the point.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line there. How exactly do you do that? How do you do that? I mean, how do you? I'm looking for value. Right? I'm thinking about the community.
They have to.
What can everybody
value.
learn from?
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bring something with value. I'm super happy. Everybody's welcome. And that's the idea. So I think that's the challenge. How exactly you're kind of
angling that. And
it's not easy. Sometimes you need to. I mean, happened to us that we send back articles and said, hey, let's remove the names. Let's remove. I mean, there's no.
Right.
I mean, it's
sometimes just your name on the article. And a lot of value
is
what you just give them the value. They'll look up your company. They'll look up your name.
Right. And the numbers just went up and up and up, and that's amazing. And I think it was kind of like a true positive feedback that there might be a chance that we're doing something. Okay.
Yeah, you're like
might
me.
Be.
Yeah. For now.
Maybe.
Until the algorithm changes or whatever happens next. Yeah.
So for now, and the numbers went out, and things are going great, and we started now to do like a sponsor content. So if you want to write blunt, this is what we do. Welcome again.
Yeah.
We will write down it's sponsored.
Yeah.
Again, transparency is key.
100%.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
So if somebody somebody out there listening in the world
Yep.
does have something that can be of value to the industry. How do they go about connecting and submitting something?
Contributing, yeah.
Yeah, contributing. Perfect word.
Exactly. So reach out to us. We are super duper responsive, and we are answering on every single email that comes in. So just go out there, contact us. We have one email that basically for
Where it
everything.
goes, yeah.
Yeah, everything goes there. We respond to everything. I'll give you a great example. This week, I think, or last week, we got a request from some new practitioner, just new joiner, to the industry and say, hey guys, what should I do? Should I learn CPPP, like the CPP training from ACES,
Right.
or should I go to EP training school? And I told him, my answer was, that's a great question for the community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we
That's awesome.
sniped that and we put it, as a post on LinkedIn. We asked the community, guys, what do you think? By the way, my response to him was, both are great.
Yeah.
Training is a basic,
Right.
right? But the most important is your networking.
Your networking,
Go out there,
100%.
know people,
Yes.
shake hands, say hi,
Yes.
be nice,
Yeah,
smile.
That's it.
That's your
Yeah.
best tool for now.
The relationship.
really good.
The relationship
That's your
and the stuff.
whole- yeah.
So that was kind of the response, but I
Yes.
told let's make out of it this post. I think it's it's a genuine kind
That's
of.
huge.
That's really
What'd the
good,
industry say? Did you get anything on what the industry said about the answer to that kid?
So we got all sorts of responses. Eventually, it was more leaning to CPPs for more of corporate security classic career.
Yes.
And if you're just starting, you just do the transition right now.
Yes.
So it's better to choose your favorite training school. Go and do some basic stuff. Your background is amazing and great.
Yeah.
But private sector is a different game.
It's a
Okay.
different
It's a
game. I
different
love it. You want to have some relevant training.
Exactly. You
really
need
good.
something relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
for
Well,
that,
this
so.
has been awesome.
I think it's
Oren.
amazing, man.
Man.
Can we do a shout out for the website?
Yes.
Sorry?
A shout out to the website.
So the website is epwire.com.
Perfect.
Simple as that.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Come
I
visit.
I'm even more looking forward to right now, just jumping into that.
Yeah,
Because learning
man.
is key, man, and I want to be better.
And it's a good product, and it's and this was kind of one of the things I loved about what we did with the forum is it's like crowdsourced information. It's community driven information.
Yeah.
It's not just what you think they want to know or what you want them to know. The crowdsourcing and community drivers behind these things is what really makes it our own. as an industry.
And one point on that, when in the early days, everybody was, who are those who's writing about it? And right now we're in
Our
a
industry
position.
loves to do the who
Oh,
are
I
these
know.
guys?
Who are these
What's your
guys?
background?
We
Blah,
are
blah,
very
blah.
much
Yeah.
ego-driven,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah,
industry.
alpha thing.
Alpha, all of
Yeah.
that. And now we're having like 70 plus authors in our website. We have over 500 articles. 200,000 impressions a month.
Wow,
so the
man.
numbers are
Congratulations.
good, and
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
are moving great. And we're doing well. And all the credit goes to Stefan Simic, who's leading the team and everything they do. They're doing amazing job. I'm
I
just
love
trying
it.
to.
No,
I
that's
love
good,
it.
man.
No,
Just
give
there in
them
the background,
credit
that's
and
it. Love
the
it.
shout out. The team. The
team.
powers
It's all
in
about
the
the
team.
team.
man.
Always,
man.
always.
100%.
Nothing about
That's
me.
it.
It's
And that says a
100%
lot
them.
about his heart, man.
It
Good
is, man.
dude.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming
Hey.
down, man.
Anytime.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
brother. It's
Thank
an
you for
honor.
having me.
Awesome,
Pleasure.
buddy.
More good
Awesome,
stuff to
Oren.
come.
Thank you very much, brother. Take care.
Boom. Boom. What's going on, you guys? We're back with another one of these interviews. It's been good. I've got Chris. I've got Ali of Monumentum Group. Man, it's awesome to be able to catch up with you again. I remember last year we were talking and hanging and we were trying to do a podcast episode, but I just couldn't keep up with this year because there's so much growth, man. But real quick, just let everyone know, like, what are you guys doing here at the Monumentum Group? What's your area of operation? What the game's looking like in your neck of the woods, man? How's this last year been even?
I'm Ali Çabuk. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm the CEO of Monumentum Group.
Yes.
We basically provide global services in risk management, executive protection, and transportation. And we do that actually in 4 continents right now. So
Wow.
we are in Europe, in Africa, together with Chris, and we do that in Middle East, and we got some parts of Asia, but we're still expanding that side. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of growth? What impacted your growth? Did COVID hurt you guys or help you guys? And then how have things been since then?
Well, actually, It was still for a while, of course, but everybody was inside. So and if they're not moving, we're not protecting.
No.
So
Yes, sir.
So, but after COVID, we really had a good start. Yeah, a boom, and then eventually I was here last year, and after that, I've made a lot of connections here, and that helped us a lot to expand the business.
Wow.
So yeah, of course, yes.
So coming all the way down here, Close Protection Conference, like, are you getting a lot of value? You mentioned the networking here. I think I get a lot of value every time I come out here.
Well,
this is your second time back,
yes,
so you know.
Yes. Well, actually, they invited me to do a speech about the conference success story. So I did that at the kickoff at the conference for the introduction workshop with Kat Bender and Greg.
Wow.
So they asked me to have a speech because of the success which we had since we've been here. So
from the relationship.
Yeah, so great benefits.
That's huge.
Yeah,
and then Chris, you're running the medical component of things, it sounds like, and you were speaking here. Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm Chris. I work for a French company, Amarante. I am the operations and training manager for them.
Awesome.
And I run the whole medical part. So basically, I'm the guy that nobody ever wants to see because when I get there, everybody else has screwed up something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. And I get a lot out of this. Why? Because I see so many people that are doing protection. And everybody's really interested in the medical part because I believe that in the recent years, we have seen that you can be as good as you want to be, but the violence has grown so badly that somebody always gets hurt.
Yeah.
So medicine has become very important,
Right.
which is great to see because people are genuinely interested in like what we have to say as medics, which wasn't always the same. I mean, we went from medic.
They deal with what we deal with, kind of. You know?
Exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You went from...
So, people went from shouting medic in the past, in the 60s and 70s, to let's be able to treat ourselves to, oh, you know what, we need to become really good in medicine because we can actually do it. And that's great to see that people are interested.
It really is. I've seen that out in the industry as well. Having, an EMT on your resume and things like that can really open doors for you.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest gaps you're seeing kind of out there, maybe on teams and things like that?
I think, and it's funny, the biggest gap in medicine within the protective industry is the basic skills. Everybody is learning to be able to treat trauma, but when you got a 65, 70-year-old, principal that gets a heart attack, people all of a sudden are like, oh man, the tourniquet drill doesn't work when the guy, and just because trauma is sexy and trauma sells, and it's what we train for. But there's so much more that an EMT can do to prevent stuff from happening. Like simply knowing when to give somebody a bottle of water. That's like my job. Hydrate, dude, because I don't want to carry
socks.
you. Yeah, exactly. Ibuprofen and wet socks, and I'll solve everything for you.
Outstanding. That's awesome. You sounds like a Marine almost, but that's how we fix everything.
Exactly. Some duct tape helps.
Yes. If you can't fix it with duct tape, it's actually broken. Man. No, 100%. And then over in the Netherlands where you guys are working, man, what is the EP landscape looking like out there? Is it, I some of my buddies out there have talked about like needing to kind of brand and talk about security drivers and things like that, just because things were kind of harder they have less of appreciation maybe for security the way that Americans do with all our guns and stuff like that. If you were going to describe kind of the scene out there, what does it kind of look like? Is it like ours or is it different?
Well, actually, the gun part in the Netherlands, forget about
it.
So that's not going to happen.
Serious?
Even if you're the most familiar company
Viking,
in the world,
Ninja,
it doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter. So the law says it, and that's actually in a lot of countries in Europe the same. Yeah. You have a couple of countries, for example, Belgium, where we operate a lot, and Germany, and France, Switzerland. So these are the countries where you got the permit and where you got the
you can actually get a CCW.
You can get it as a private company. You can carry guns.
Okay.
The security driver part, that's something we always talk about, is that actually in a lot of countries it doesn't exist.
Wow.
You have either the good driver, the good skilled driver, or you have the EP agent who is driving.
The driver. Yeah. So it's like a branding matter of branding kind of.
Yeah. So we actually always getting the request for security drivers. So we always use the EP agents that are skilled to drive.
Good drivers.
Yeah. So, but in the Netherlands, you have some kind of certification to be a security driver.
Yeah.
But in a lot of other countries, you don't. So,
Yeah.
I think the big difference between the US and a lot of countries in Europe is when people ask for security drivers, we'll get you a guy, he's 65 years old, people look at him like, how is he a security driver? He's been driving delegations in Brussels because the European Union is there, NATO is there, and he's been driving VIPs for 30 years.
Yeah.
And he knows the city, and that's why he's a security driver, not because he can do a 180 in
J-turn.
in a J-turn when it's 6 o'clock in the evening and all the Belgians are on the road.
Right.
So, and that's the big difference. People are like, we need a security driver. Yeah, you will get somebody who knows what they're doing, but there's no certification for that, and that's really hard to convey that message to people.
Yeah, 100%. The optics are so impactful to this job, more than I wish they were. You know.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the things. There's a vanity to this industry that is just part of it.
Yeah.
Because client perception is it's a factor. You know?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, any closing remarks, any thoughts about EP medicine? And
Well, we know what? I would like to leave everybody here with wet socks and ibuprofen. And if that doesn't work, go see the medic, because we've got shit to do as well.
yeah. No, I love it. And then thoughts about what you guys are doing over there, man.
Yeah, what can I say? I mean, it's a pleasure to be here always, and reach out to us if you need any assistance in Europe, Africa, or the Middle East. So, and we can support you with all kinds of services, and especially the intelligence part that we are sometimes missing to get for information. We can actually provide you the live update intelligence reports from that region where you have to be.
Wow.
So that's something,
And maybe also
huge
nice to say is that, don't just reach out if you need services. Reach out if you want to know something. We're all about sharing information.
Of course, yes.
Like this whole conference is about let's share stuff, get the industry better. There's nothing worse than seeing an EP detail doing something that you would like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
But they didn't reach out to the right people. They didn't get the right intel.
And they might not know any better than things
Exactly.
like that, man. And that's huge. And getting that intel overseas, so much of what we thought we knew, context that may have been warm before, traveling got impacted by this last thing we dealt with. So much of the world has changed. Like, I mean, even in LA, I'm looking at where I'm going to go to get dinner, and some of those businesses just aren't there anymore. So, I see you guys as an awesome asset. It's always good to see you out here.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. It's likewise, man. Thank you very much. And thank you for having us here.
Yes.
And good luck with all the other podcasts.
Yeah, man. More to come. We're going to go deeper on a podcast for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
pleasure.
Chris.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Yes, sir. Outstanding. Boom.
Well, what a wonderful day we have today, guys.
Yes.
It's been such an incredible a day full of opportunities,
Yes.
and we're meeting some amazing people each
And
day.
relationships.
It's literally all about that. And I actually had a chance to talk to our next guest right now, which you're going to introduce.
Yes.
And I'm inspired by what he told me.
Outstanding.
Go for it. Who do we have today? Who is this super cool dude we have beside us right now?
Tyler Demmien of Strategic Threat Protection.
Group.
That's right.
I
man.
love it, man.
And he's
Hey,
based
man.
out of
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Awesome, man. So, real quick, what were you guys talking about?
Okay, so he was telling me, and I'm going to let you do this, Tyler. Tell us about your explosive growth in the course of like a year and a half.
So, I've been in the industry about 4 years or so.
Yeah.
Got military and law enforcement background, so about 10 years total.
Yeah.
I started my
You're
company.
active on social media, because
Yeah,
that's where I
all
always
about
see,
it.
I always
All
see
over
this guy.
social media.
I feel like I know him when I see him.
Yeah, but I will credit, Byron. His podcast has been a huge factor of my career. When I started getting in the industry.
Wow, man.
So I started my company in June 2020, right as COVID, the riots were breaking, everything.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I can do this service myself, and I want to provide a good service to the clients.
Love it.
So learning a
good.
lot from Byron,
you, man.
he's
It's
been
an
an intricate part of it. So kind of grown. So we're less than 3 years in business. This past year, we've had 445% growth.
Wow.
Revenue and all the things we've done.
Wow. Why?
Incredible. I mean,
Wow. What's that? What do you think
My
that's
network.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my net worth.
there you go.
Yes,
100%.
The network, and that's what you're doing here, the
Yep,
relationships.
Exactly. Yep, relationships. They go further than money.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is, we're businessmen, right?
Yep.
We're in it for a reason, but we're also in it to keep people safe.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about what I do. That's
Yeah.
why we do it.
100%.
And this is your
First time.
First time,
Yep, and we're a gold sponsor.
and he's a gold sponsor.
Man, they're making moves.
Can you
man.
imagine?
That's
That's
what's up.
so good, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
What would you say would be the secret sauce that helped you get there? And I mean, it could be whatever. It could be hard work, motivation. It could be
Relationships.
relationships, networking.
Passion.
Yeah.
Passion. I'm passionate.
Yeah.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always on it.
I knew I liked this guy.
Hold
I
on.
knew I
hold on.
liked this guy.
With sleep.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly,
Sleep is
right.
for mortals.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And I got a good team. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so good,
I got to
man.
credit my team.
And that passion really is like that's what gets you through
Exactly.
all the things that wipe everyone else out of this game, man.
So just talking to people, right?
100%.
They're like, oh no, he's not just in it for money, or he's
Yeah.
not in it for this. Like you can see the passion when I talk because I
100%.
love it. You know?
Yeah. And then you guys were showing me a pretty cool modification you're making to firearms.
Yeah. So
Talk a little bit about this.
So it's
Do you
called
have it or no?
So no, we put it up.
So
we're
it can
closing
keep
the
working.
booth down. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
called the Hepper system. So it's
Okay.
actually invented by Charlie Sisk
Okay.
of Sisk Rifles. We are actually partnered together. So what it is it changes how you can do CQB, CQT, all that, right?
Yeah.
So it actually spins around on the front of the rifle. So if you put a
Okay.
foregrip on, when you're going around a corner, you're
Yeah.
pieing a room or stuff, it makes it 20 times easier to actually get on the target, and it doesn't
Yeah.
change your sight picture or alignment.
Interesting, man. I was sitting here looking at it, and it is very smart. It's quite
pretty unique.
impressive. I was like, this is something new.
That's amazing.
This might
man.
change the game. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah,
there it
there it
is.
is.
Oh, we got
Awesome.
this. We got
Let's
our,
get it
our
going.
producer.
All right, brother. So show us how this works. You got a camera on you, so
Okay.
heck yeah,
So
break
I
it
don't want
down.
to flag anybody, but
Yeah, I know, right?
So with this, here's the Hepper system, right? So it moves just like this. It can move around. So
Yeah.
you can either keep this stationary,
Yeah.
move the pistol grip, or move this. So if you're snapping into a room and going around, it'll spin around with it. It makes it
Outstanding.
easier to get on target.
And you don't
Wow.
even have to think about it. And you
Nope.
don't find yourself in any weird
No,
positions
not
with
at
the
all.
rifle.
So then when you have a short barrel rifle, obviously
Yeah.
this, fully extended is
Right.
normal length of 1,
Right.
16 inches. If you have anything smaller, on my 11.5 inch, if I'm going around a turn,
Yeah.
going over a room through a doorway, it's so easy to get in there.
I love it. Outstanding,
Very
man. This
cool,
is
man.
good stuff, man. This
It
is
really
good
is.
stuff.
It really
I'll hand
is.
that back to you, sir. Outstanding, man. What would you say is a major differentiator of what you guys are doing over there?
We try not to be just EP
Yeah.
or just guard services.
Yeah.
We want to be a solution.
Okay.
So whatever our clients' problems are, whatever they need, we have a solution for them. Whether it's executive protection, whether it's site security,
Yeah.
RST, if they need transportation,
Yeah.
active shooter training, it doesn't matter. We're going to have that solution. And if we can't do it in house,
Yeah.
we know somebody who can for them.
Awesome. What would you say is the
good.
biggest challenge you guys have worked through as a team?
Biggest challenge,
And how'd you get through it?
Well, we had a guy that worked for us that decided to, leave and go start his own business and
Wow.
steal some clients.
That's painful.
Not to mention steal some money. That hurts. But, that means we're doing it right
Yeah.
because clearly he can't do it himself the right way.
Yeah.
So we just got to push past that.
100%.
Haters are motivators.
There you go, man.
Haters
That,
and
honestly,
motivators,
that
that's
has
a good
been
one.
that has been the theme, in my opinion,
really is.
for a lot of conversations. Is that
Yes.
you're on the trajectory path of success.
Yeah.
When you get some hate,
You're
Oh
significant.
my
and
gosh.
you get that. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
that?
I agree.
Yeah, man.
I think it's true. It really
Yeah.
is.
Amazing. Well,
So-
I think it's incredible, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think what people can hear your story and be motivated. Like, all I'm seeing right now, I don't even see your face right now. I see 445%. That's all I see.
Yeah, yeah, right.
445%. That's
I
so
love it,
good,
man.
man.
Explosive
Yeah,
growth.
he's glowing.
Yeah, man.
And this is we're not even in year 3. I
Yeah.
can't wait till year 5, year 10.
Outstanding.
Is there anything above gold sponsor? Maybe there's like bronze or
There's
platinum or something.
Diamond, platinum, I think.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, no, I got to
Watch
compete
out.
with Crisis and Allied. We're not
That's
there
an
yet.
It's an honor,
Yeah.
though. It's an honor
Yeah,
to
it
be
is.
with
It really
those
is,
guys, man.
It is.
I love it, man. Well, dude, thank you so much for
course.
coming and telling us about what you guys are doing, the growth you're having in Cincinnati.
Yep.
And it's always an honor to see you at these things
Oh,
making
yeah,
moves,
always.
man. Young dudes in the game.
Hopefully we have a protector symposium in the Midwest and come out.
They also have an amazing facility.
Oh, yeah, our training center.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 3,000 square feet shoot house.
Yes.
Fully functional. We got law enforcement from local level all the way to the feds
Man.
out there training. And we're talking to the military right now.
Ladies
Wicked.
and gentlemen, we have the security mayor of Cincinnati right here, man.
Right.
I love it.
Beautiful,
That's
man.
awesome, brother.
Thanks so much for everything you do,
Yeah,
man.
of course. Yeah, you guys too.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
and
an honor.
thanks for
Pleasure.
what you said. When I hear that stuff, every single comment I read, anytime someone walks up and says that, means the world to me. That's what puts fuel in my tank
Oh,
for
yeah.
what I'm doing, man. So
That's
thank
your
you,
motivation.
brother. 100%.
Blessing.
Heck yeah.
All
It's
right.
an
Are
honor.
we going to get that classic boom coming in right now?
1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Yo, if you're a private security professional wanting to take your game to the next level, go to executiveprotectiontrainingday.com to check out my personal success package for private security professionals. Check it out, executiveprotectiontrainingday.com. And remember, y'all, hard skills do save lives, but soft skills get you paid. Boom. Boom, and And to support this podcast, go to executiveprotectionlifestyle.com and contribute to our Patreon account. That Patreon account is what helps me make this podcast possible, contributing to this brand, what we're doing here, making it so that I can bring better guests on, making it so that we can plan more events and just expand the contribution to the private security industry, and also to making America a safer place. Do whatever you can, contribute whatever you can, because it makes all of these things possible. Thanks for those contributions.